also want to tie this towards, for instance, let's say people have been together for a very long time, they have acquired property together and all those things, and now they're separating, right? And the marriage was not registered. So where does the law put this? Like, what do you do? Because for Florence's case, the man will be like, listen, but I've been using the car for a long time. I'm running businesses. It's sort of like it was my car, right? Where does this, I mean, where does the law come in as far as then a case of this is concerned?
So in such a case, as I said earlier, the court uses presumption of marriage to determine issues. Yeah. One of these issues can be division of matrimonial property. Okay, so the court can, in determining the issue of division of matrimonial property, the court first has to speak on whether or not there was a presumption of marriage, you see? Now, when the court finds there's a presumption of marriage, then it looks at it in terms of now the Matrimonial Properties Act, yeah? Yes. And the law has, with time, evolved. So there's non-monetary contribution in the marriage, and then there's monetary contribution. So in terms of non-monetary contribution, let's say, for example, they acquired a house and called it our home, and they had children, and he stayed home to take care of the children as she went to work, or there was companionship, or it could be taking care of the children. Basically, that's it. That's his main job, like a stay-at-home husband. Or it could be took care of the farm. You know, those are non-monetary contributions. Then there's the monetary ones where they give you money. You see, now the court will go through all the evidence you give. That's what I was telling you, evidence is very important. Yes. If you're claiming you gave him 50,000 towards buying the house, you have to have 50,000 somewhere. Yes. So you should be saying, I have a stake in this because of this and this and this. You see? Now, for can we stay, it can arise. And the court will say, yes, you are presumed married for the 4 years you're together. And it will apply, of course, the provisions of the Constitution, which says you are entitled to the property. I wouldn't say 50-50 because the cases have been differing quite a bit. Yes. So some would say 50, some would say not 50. You see, with time, we are still unclear about the 50-50. It goes towards contribution. All right. So you look at it in terms of what did you contribute during the course of this marriage? What are you entitled to in terms of property? And then do you have to quantify that? Now, in terms of then how much you're entitled. So the court, quantifying is, unless you made now direct financial contribution, you would look at it in terms of, did we have, say, a matrimonial house where we stay, the both of us with our children, and probably even registered in your joint names. You would look at it in terms of, do you have a holiday home which you registered? Do you have, it's more of the assets. Now you look at all your assets as a whole, the assets that were acquired at the time. Let's say they started living together in 2014. Yeah. You look at the assets that were acquired during the 4 years, and when she left now. Yeah. So you will be looking at all those properties and looking at the contribution that was made. But you see, it goes case by case, and it goes with whether or not the court determines that there was a presumption of marriage. And you'll see this a lot, especially when ladies live with a man. It can be vice versa, yes. But now, a common scenario, lady lives with a man in a house. He has registered in his name. He paid it by his own self. You've been making contribution in terms of small things, but you have never taken stock of it. So when it comes to you giving evidence and saying, for sure I contributed, there is little to nothing to say. Yes. And now you end up, someone walks away with nothing, yet you invested so much in this candidacy. Wow. So it's a matter of, even as you're putting, it's good to be cautious. There's love, as Marion said, unconditional love, in fact. But love with caution, especially if there's no formalized arrangement, you know? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Florence, yes, that's a lot to think about. That's a lot. So for those people who are excited about Come We Stay, those who say, convenience, why go through the whole 9 yard when you can just get someone, see, to me, agree, let's come live together, and then, you know, life goes on. You really have a lot to think about, and I'm so happy that the fact that we're having this conversation so that all of us just get to learn and understand all those things. So, Florence, you